This is full screen. Yeah. Okay.
No, I don't want it.
We're just like raring to go, aren't we? There we go. Give it one more second. I have one more thing to check. And it's 7:29, so I've got 30 seconds. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 shalom. Shabbat, shalom. Shabbat, shalom. Shabbat, 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 shalom. Shabbat, 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 shalom. Shabbat, 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 shalom. Shabbat, shalom. Shabbat, shalom. Shabbat, 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 shalom. Bim, bam, bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam. I'm so glad that all of you are here with us, whether in the sanctuary or at home. Whether Friday night or some other time, we are all here together joining for our Shabbat services, and I'm glad that we're able to be together. Tomorrow morning, Saturday, we will join together at 10:30 to study Parshat Nitzavim. We are this close to finishing the book of Deuteronomy and starting it all over again in just a few weeks. So come as we sort of listen to the song of Moses and discuss what it's all about. On Monday through Wednesday is, well, Rosh Hashanah. And if you don't know that by now, well, you haven't been reading any of your emails or checking any of the stuff we've been publishing. So please feel free to read all of that. We're sending out yet another email on Monday morning. We'll be sending out an email specifically for Rosh Hashanah. So on Fridays, we send out a PDF for these slides. So if you're here in person, you see the slides. And if you're at home, you can click on them and download them. We'll be doing the same thing for Rosh Hashanah on Monday morning. So please stay tuned for that. Thursday, the Forward Group will be meeting, and we are starting our September collections of socks and underwear for IAM. Deanna?
Please remember about the food drive for IAM.
Yes. So we are also starting our High Holy Day food drive. Our High Holy Day food drive runs from the beginning of Rosh Hashanah, and we give it about a month. We don't say we're not going to stop it at the end of Yom Kippur. So bring in all of your bagged goodies, good stuff, food, nutritional stuff, beans and rice and peanut butter and all that stuff. Make sure it's not expired if you're going through your own pantry. And we are doing that as a food drive. We just posted in this month's highlights, and then in the weekly newsletter, you can see in the years that we've been doing this, 20,000 pounds, our synagogue specifically has donated during this time of year, which we are right? We are very thrilled about that. So let's keep that going. And again, thank you for participating tonight. We'll continue with our candle lighting. Source of mercy, continue your loving care of us and our loved ones. Give us strength to walk in your presence on the paths of the righteous, loyal to your Torah, steadfast in goodness. Keep us far from shame, grief, and anguish. Fill our homes with peace, light, and joy. Fountain of life, by your light, shall we see light. Feel free to join in if you like. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. A sanctuary. I've come to particularly like this song, this introduction, so that we remind ourselves that when we're not in our physical sanctuary, we are still a sanctuary in our hearts and in our homes or wherever we might be, that we do not necessarily need these walls. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Hine matov umanayim, shevet achim, gam yachad, hine matzov, umanayim, shevet achim, gam yachad. How beautiful it is when we dwell together. Feel free to join in if you like. We long to change the world, yet we struggle to appreciate things as they are. We know how to give, but we don't always know how to receive. We know how to keep busy, but we don't know how to keep still. We talk. How often do we deeply listen? We look. How often do we deeply see? We yearn to succeed. How often do we forget what is truly important? Teach us, dear God, to slow down. May our resting revive us. May it lead to wisdom, to holiness, to peace, and to you. Hozarua latzadik, uyeshved lev simcha. Hozarua latzadik, uyeshved lev simcha. Hozarua latzadik, uyeshved lev simcha. Uyeshved lev simcha. Hozarua latzadik, uyeshved lev simcha. Uyeshved lev simcha. Hozarua latzadik, uyeshved lev simcha. Do it again. Hozarua latzadik, uyeshved lev simcha. Keep that energy, sort of keeping that blood going a little bit and our hearts being energized with Romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'yishtachavu lehad kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'yishtachavu lehad kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'yishtachavu lehad kodsho. Okay, we need a thesaurus, I think, for this one. This comes from Psalm 99. So Psalm 99 is old, right? It's really old. And we've had to translate it into English and into sort of 20th century kind of English. I read a lot, and I know some of you also read a lot, and the word exalt doesn't come across in many of my readings, and I don't know about you. So what word should we use here? Because I think it's really important for those of us that don't deeply know Hebrew, and I couldn't ask you which Hebrew word does exalt stand for, right? If you don't know it like that, which again, no pressure, no judgment, no nothing. But if we don't know it like that, we should connect to the English. And I don't know if exalt is the word that many of us connect to. So what is a word? Praise. Celebrate. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, what else? To raise up on a pedestal. Takes up a little bit more words than exalt, like it, right? To elevate. Anything. And also, anybody at home, by the way, the chat is open. I can see it out of the corner of my eye, so feel free to use the chat and give me your answers there, and I'll read them out loud too if you're comfortable. So think about that, right? When I'm thinking again, and I love that you didn't leave it to one word, be in awe of, AWE. Be awed by. So I think it's important. And if you ever want a different translation, let me know and we can see how it plays out here, right? Translation is just that. It's a way for us to understand if we're not connecting with the words in our language, then we need to change what those words are. They're not static. And in this way, we move now into an understanding of L'chad Dodi, and then we'll read in English a bit of L'chad Dodi. Running to the edge of the fields, chasing the sunset, breathless mystics, lost for hours in the forest of meditation, returned suddenly to the urgency of time. Bowie, they summon her, the Sabbath bride, her veil made of pure sunlight, the trail of her dress made of stars. Bowie kala Shabbat hamacha. Enter, O bride, the Sabbath, our queen. With pure hearts, they offer her a new crown each week, polished with prayers and good deeds, with gems of each color found in the flickering lights of the Sabbath candles. And with the fans on, these lights flicker. An interpretation of L'chad Dodi. Feel free to join in if you choose. Come, my beloved, to welcome Shabbat. Come, my beloved, we say to Shabbat. We turn and welcome her in. Sometimes we compare her to a bride, sometimes to a queen. Every time we compare her to a woman, and ourselves to a group of male lovers waiting for her to arrive. We don't get enough stories about women who are loved by women, about men who are loved by men. We don't get enough stories about lovers who are neither men nor women. We don't get enough stories in which love does not fade, in which we see ourselves as the lovers and Jews we are. We have been given something in Ruth and Naomi, in David and Jonathan, and in Joseph, something we hold and cherish, but that has also been clouded, questioned, and hidden. We honor that, we honor them, but we want more, we deserve more. Every Friday we bow, and in front of us is more. In front of us is love. Love however we feel it. Love that fills our Shabbat and our tradition that honors the lovers. Hitoriri, hitoriri, awaken, awaken. Be present, be proud, be here. At Sinai God said, remember that I told Shabbat that the community of Israel is her mate. She keeps us holy. She keeps us warm. She keeps us safe. She reminds us that each of us is a lover. Every Friday we say, come, my beloved. And she responds, I have been here all along. I have shown you how to love in whatever way you do. I used this back in June for the first time, and tiny little teaser for what I'll be talking about on Monday nights. I think when we read and understand this prayer, this L'chad Dodi, as all of us are lovers and beloveds, regardless of what that means, and we move away from a romantic love, we're able to experience the world in a different way, in perhaps a more open, joyous way. Let's continue with Adonai Oz. Adonai Oz, le'amo yitain Adonai yivarech et amo. Adonai Oz, le'amo yitain Adonai yivarech et amo. Shalom. Shalom. Adonai Le'amo yitain Adonai yivarech et amo. Strength wherever it may come from. You're invited to rise. Baruch Hu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamvorach leolam vahed. Infinite as is your power, even so is your love. It may be seen through the history of our people Israel, through laws and ethical precepts, through statutes and ordinances. You have led us in the ways of righteousness and brought us the light of truth. Therefore, at our lying down and our rising up, we will meditate on the Torah's teachings, finding within it the inspiration and guidance for our daily lives. May your love never depart from our hearts. We praise you. You have revealed your love through your people, Israel. With the darkness comes your light. Earth and sky blend into one. The heaven seems closer now. The day's burdens farther somehow. Your presence almost palpable. Watch over me, God, body and soul. Stay beside me through the night. Protect me from harm. Banish my fears. Send me dreams that are sweet. Fill my heart with your peace. Set my mind at ease. And at first light, please, restore me to new life. Amen. Ya la 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da da. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher bidvarov ma'ariv aravim ma'ariv aravim ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la. Feel free to join in, page 151. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night will we reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchutzo Le'olam Vaed. We may be seated. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha vechol nafshecha vechol me'odecha ve'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha ושננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתיכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Adonai Elohim Emet. Don't you just hate it when sneezes get stuck? And I'm just being totally honest because well, I can see myself and I can see your reactions to me also. There is no good look when you're trying to sneeze or not sneeze. So I'm just being totally honest and I'm like, I know it's there and I was trying and I don't know. It's great that no matter, I'm just going off here. Here's a parenthetical inside entirely. No matter what we're doing, no matter what, praying, like one of the most like central prayers and even being in the moment, our bodies have control over us in ways that we presume that we can move past, but in reality, we just can't. Sneezing on the truth. Thank you, Marlene. Yes. Right. It's this humbling moment when we realize that no matter how much we try to be in control of our bodies, sometimes they're in control of us. All the time. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Natalie. Yes. Someone was saying to me, they're like, you won't understand. At my age, I think at all ages, we understand that we are not under control fully of ourselves. And so that's why we try desperately to cling to the things we can control. Let's continue in preparation, moving from this truth. Thank you, Marlene. Into a different kind of truth, into a truth of redemption and a truth of the other side and another taste of what it might feel like. Between Egypt and Sinai, there is only the journey, the long march from what was to what might be, from servitude to service, from pain to purpose, from Pharaoh to God's holy mountain. Some days, more than I care to admit, I'm closer to Egypt than Sinai, closer to narrowness of mind and constriction of heart. Still, I see the mountain and rededicate myself to the destination. Between Egypt and Sinai, there is only one question. Are we ready to become a nation of priests, guided by Torah, serving God, the Jewish people, and all of humanity with our hands, our souls, and with our lives? Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi kamocha nadar b'kodesh norah tehilot osei Fele Nora Tehilot Osei Fele Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. All right. We are such a small group, so I'm going to keep asking questions. This first line says, Michamocha ba'elim Adonai, which is translated as, who is like you, O God, Michamocha ba'elim Adonai, among the gods that are worshipped. To what are these ba'elim referring to? Either a question of historical, sort of biblical question, or emotional modern question, however you choose to answer it. What are these ba'elim? What are these other gods?
The other gods of other people.
Gods of other peoples. Thank you. Anything else? No. Got nothing. How many gods are there right now? As many as we can conceive. Oh, I like this. I like this. Okay. How many God do Jews have, theoretically? One. No more than one. Let's leave that open for debate. No more than one. What about the God of power? God of money? Thank you, Sia. Yep. Right? The God of football? God of politicians? I'm not saying that there that there is a God of politicians. That politics, how about that? Right? That there are things that we worship so deeply that it becomes worship. Are there those things? And then we can ask the question, who is like Adonai among those things? So when I read this, I don't just think about, as Marlene is suggesting, the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Jebusites and all the other ites that are in the Torah. I think about all of these other gods that we in American society can fall prey to as idols. And it doesn't take a strong imagination to see what those could be. Which is why I think in this one, that redemption, right? This is sort of what this Michamocha prayer is about. This redemption is recognizing that all of these trappings that we might fall under, which are so easy to do so, when we say no to those things, then we can say yes to how we can serve humanity. More love, because why not? Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let's do it again. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu Leshalom. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkivenu Leshalom. We rise, if able and willing, for our Amidah. Adonai Sefatai Tiftach Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanorah El Elyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim Vekonei Hakol Vezocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem Le'ma'an Shemo B'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah Atzai Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechaye HaKol Atavrav Le'Hoshia Morid Hatzah Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim Umatzir Hasurim Umekayem Emunato Lishanei Yafa Michamocha Ba'al Givurot Umidal Melech Melech Memit Umechaye Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayeh hakol Atah kadosh Hashem kadosh Ukdoshim b'chol yom yahalu chasela Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. We may take our seats. Make for yourself a quiet place, beyond the noise and chaos, a place of refuge and retreat to renew your mind. Make for yourself a prayer place, beyond the fear and doubt, a place of comfort and calm to renew your heart. Make for yourself a healing space, beyond the shadows and grief, a place of hope and love to renew your soul. God, teach me to use my moments and days as acts of renewal, drawing from divine energy into my life so that I may serve your creation with the fullness of my being. Whatever quiet place you're seeking, now's a nice time to try to find it. Oh, say shalom, shalom, bimromav. Oh, yeah, say shalom, aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Oh, yeah, say shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru. Oh, say shalom, shalom b'romav. Oh, yeah, say shalom aleinu ve'al kol Israel ve'imru. I forgot to change my picture from last time, but a tree-filled heart. Well, it's still pretty. It's better than a blank page. So you can either look at this heart, you can look into your own heart, you can close your eyes and think about where your heart is. That's not an anatomy lesson. Tonight, in the last Shabbat of 5781, which has been a year like no other, I think we need to remember to breathe. And I'd like to lead you in a meditation that was started by Rabbis Kipnis and Atlas Weiss over in California and has been added to by rabbis across the country, myself included. A meditation to center us. So get comfortable, however that means for you, whether that's at home, here in the sanctuary. If you want to stretch out, take your shoes off, whatever feels right for whatever space you're in, both emotional and physical space. So let's take a moment and turn inward. Enjoy a few moments of meditation. Close your eyes if you so choose. Relax your hands, place them on your lap, or put your fingertips together and feel the balance of pressure. And now, just breathe. Take a big breath in and hold it. Let it out. Again, breathe in, hold it, and let it out. Keep breathing. Keep listening. Brene Brown tells us, here's the thing. The year begins anew, even in the worst times. The leaves will fall and turn, and then they'll grow again. Sometimes we're afraid, and we can't know what choice to make to keep someone safe. Sometimes uncertainty is a bear. All we can do is to seek out sweetness everywhere we may find and work to fix what brokenness we find. The good news is we're not alone. We'll help each other. We'll help each other hope when light dims, and we'll lift the sparks that dark days reveal, and we'll love each other fiercely. In the end, there's no greater work that we can do. We who survive will help each other through. That is what a kihila kedosha, a holy community like ours, does. We remind each other. In the quiet of your mind, not aloud, say this in your head. I know I'm not alone. Again, silently in your heart and your mind. I know I'm not alone. When I'm frustrated that our celebrations must be different, smaller, rescheduled, I know I'm not alone. When I worry about children going back to school, we say, I know I'm not alone. When I fear for my friends or parents who need a booster, I know I'm not alone. When I feel overwhelmed by even simple decisions, like what to make for dinner or how dressed up to get, I know I'm not alone. When I am angered by the politicization of science and the pain this has caused, I know I am not alone. When I connect regularly to faraway family or friends on FaceTime or Zoom, I know I am not alone. When I cannot figure out if this cold requires a COVID test, I know I'm not alone. When I feel bad because in lockdown I binged watched TV instead of learning guitar or taking a class or exercising more, I know I'm not alone. When I remember that so many are so less fortunate than me, so even though we are in this together, we are not equally in this together, and I can do more to help. I know I am not alone. When I'm sad because it feels like I've lost a year and a half of my life, I know I'm not alone. And when I struggle to make time to care for myself, whatever that means, I know I'm not alone. When I'm exhausted by so many changes and transitions, good or bad, I know I'm not alone. When the weight of the world is getting to me and getting me down, I know I'm not alone. You are not alone. We are in this together. And also, let us remember, not being alone doesn't mean it isn't frustrating, overwhelming, or scary. It just means we're not alone. Feel this connection. Take strength from this community. And remember the lesson of the shofar. The sound of the shofar parallels our existence. What was once whole, tkiyah, became broken, shivarim, and sometimes shattered, truah. But ultimately it returns to wholeness, tkiyah. When we will again hear the shofar, we will hear the call of the Holy One, sending strength, hope, resilience, calling to us, telling us that no, I am not alone. We are not alone. We can get through this together. One final breath in. And breathe out. We are not alone. In that vein, let us read together this poem by Alden Sullivan. If you ask for rest, I will sit with you. If you ask for comfort, I will stay with you. If you ask for hope, I will yearn with you. If you ask for love, I will sing with you. If you ask for stillness, I will breathe with you. If you ask for peace, I will dream with you. If you ask for joy, I will laugh with you. If you ask for healing, I will pray with you. If you ask for warmth, I will become a blanket. If you ask for refuge, I will become shelter. If you ask for help, I will become a blessing. We are not alone. And if there is someone in your circle of concern, yourself included, who is in need of a prayer of healing, a prayer for the body, the mind, the spirit, the soul, the relationships, the everything that any human can experience, please say their name at this time. The names we hold in our hearts and the names we say out loud, we sing together Mishaberach Lecholim. Mishaberach Avoteinu Mekor Bracha Laimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishabeach Imotenu Mekor Bracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. May those in need of healing find it in our time. Let us live in peace, God. Let children live in peace in homes free from brutality and abuse. Let them go to school in peace, free from violence and fear. Let them play in peace, God, in safe parks, in safe neighborhoods. Watch over them. Let all spouses love in peace, in marriages free from cruelty. Let men and women go to work in peace, with no fear of terror or bloodshed. Let us travel in peace. Protect us, God, in the air, on the seas, along whatever road we take. Let nations dwell together in peace, without the threat of war hovering over them. Help us, God. Teach all peoples of all races and faith in all the countries all over the world to believe that the peace that seems so far off is in fact within our reach. Let us all live in peace, God, and let us say, Amen. Amen. We rise again for Alena Leshabech, if able and willing. עלינו לשבח האדון הכל, לצאת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. We may be seated briefly. In preparation for Kadisha Tome, I read this poem by Chana Senish. יש כוכבים שאורם מגיע ארצם כאשר הם עצמם עבדו ואינם. There are stars up above, so far away that we only see their lights long, long after their star itself is gone. And so it is with the people that we've loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. And the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways that we remember. We think about those that have died in this last year. If at any time the name of your loved one is read, you're invited to rise. Mark Bloom, Yael Rosen, Linda Michael, Nisim Shemesh, Marilyn Rosen, Stan Werther, Sandy Marks, Alan Pollock, Bert Black, Barbara Wiener, Norma Pasternak, Jim Jenks. And anyone else you would like to add that has died this last year? And specifically this week, we are going to be adding these soldiers who died in the bombing at the Kabul airport. Some of us, I should not paint with a broad brush. Some of us feel so far removed from the military that it's just someone else. And I think it's our obligation to remember that these people put their lives on the line for every one of us. So we include in our Kaddish list this week, Darren Hoover, Johanna Rosaria Picardo, Nicole G., Hunter Lopez, Dagan Page, Humberto Sanchez, David Espinoza, Jared Schnitz, Riley McCollum, Dylan Mirola, Kareem Nikovi, Maxton Soviak, Ryan Gnass. We also think about those whose yard sites occur this week. Matilda Gallant, Philip Kuhn, Marie Jackal, Muriel Schechter, Marvin Liebman, Dudley Bearson, Sylvia Browdy, Marvin Skolnick, Milton Cooper, Theodore Tursky, and Richard Salpeter. If there's someone else you'd like to add, please rise and do so at this time. We as a congregation stand with you. Yit gadal v'yit gadah shemei rabbah. Ba'alma divrach rute v'amlich malchute. B'chayechon uvyomechon. Uchaye decho beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam alamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitzba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudasha brichu le'ela min kol bechata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechamata da amiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Ose shalom b'romav, huya ase shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha. May their memories breathe for you blessings. We may take our seats. And a blessing for everyone. May you know that you are God's blessing, created in God's image. May you see yourself as a gift, a link in our ongoing chain. May you be enveloped in love. May you embody the ever nature of Jacob. May you have the courage embodied by Miriam. May you have the resilience shown by Joseph. May you have the devotion expressed by Ruth to Naomi. May you find abundant peace. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha. May God's light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May you feel God's presence within you always, and may you find peace. And let's close with a song about peace. I introduced this a little bit ago, but we'll do it again. This is Lo Yisagoi to a slightly different melody. I'm sorry I did not translate this. This is nation shall not lift up sword against nation, nor shall they learn war anymore. It comes from this part in Isaiah that says, you have to beat your swords into plowshares, and not the other way around. But we can sort of keep with that breathing with AO. And if you like AO, stick to AO. And if you want to substitute Shabbat Shalom, you can do that too. AO, oh, AO, oh, again. AO, oh, Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, Lo yimedu od milchama, Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, Lo yimedu od milchama. Ayo, oh, ayo, oh, the English is not in front of you. Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Just walk beside me and be my friend. Together we will walk in the land of Hashem. Ayo, oh, ayo, oh, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. And Lashana Tova. Look forward to seeing you all on the holidays.
Oh, that was a lot.